So I'm on NHL.com and I looked up times where a team's been up 2-0 and lost the series. Because we have Edmonton was up 2-0, Ottawa was up 2-0, Pittsburgh was up 2-0. So how long are the odds against a team coming back from 2-0 down? And I knew it's weird because it's a different dynamic than 3-1. 3-1 everybody talks about. 3-1 everybody says, oh, this team came back from 3-1 down. 2-0, it just seems like it's not as big of a feat, and yet it doesn't happen very often. The last time it happened was 2010, according to NHL.com. I got this off their site, when Philly came back from 3-0 down technically against Boston, but yeah, it was a 2-0 series at one point. 2009, Pittsburgh did it against Detroit in the final. Pittsburgh did it against Washington. And Washington did it against the Rangers in the first round that same year. So 2009, it happened 3 times. 2006, Edmonton came back from 2-0 down against San Jose to win the series 4-2. In 2006 as well, Carolina came back from 2-0 down against Montreal. And that was interesting in that Cam Ward came in as a replacement. It was kind of viewed as a desperation thing to put this rookie goaltender in, and the next thing you know, he's won 4 in a row and Montreal's out. I was kind of happy about that because in 2004, Montreal came back from 2-0 down against Boston. 2003, Tampa came back from 2-0 down against Washington. Yeah, Washington is known for blowing these leads, and it's one of those things that throughout their careers. But in 2002, Vancouver, I remember this, came home with a 2-0 series lead on Detroit. They lost the next 4. It was just gut-wrenching, and that was the year of the goal from center ice by Lidstrom, and that was it. There was no coming back for the Canucks. In 2001, Detroit was up 2-0 on the Kings. The Kings won 4 in a row. In 2000, Pittsburgh was up 2-0 on Philly, and Philly won 4 in a row. So these switches, these moves that happen in these series, I wouldn't be surprised to see all the teams that are up in these series win these series. That would be Edmonton, Nashville, Pittsburgh, and Ottawa. And right now, Nashville is up 2-1 in the St. Louis-Nashville game that I'm watching. That's scoreless starting in the third. So I'm gonna throw that up. There's a qualifier in case by the time this goes up, this series is tied at 2, and somebody's like, hey, St. Louis and Nashville's tied. Right now, it's 2-1 Nashville for series, not for the game. Now, in terms of handicapping who's most likely to come back, we've all been discussing Crosby being out. Well, you add him to Letang and Matt Murray, it does weaken the Penguins. I still see the Penguins as being, I would say, 10-1 favorites to win the series. But Washington has an outside chance based on the fact that there are injuries, there are emotions involved, and if Washington can exploit that, they can win the series. Anaheim coming back from 2-0 down against the Oilers, that is the most probable of the comebacks. And I'm not saying that to insult Edmonton fans. I'm not saying that to insult the Oilers. They're a young team. It's their first playoff together with all these guys. So even for the veterans like Maroon or Lucic, it's the first time they've been going through the playoff motions with Edmonton. Wheels start to come off. It can be hard to get things back together. If Anaheim wins Game 4, it would be really hard for Edmonton to turn that momentum around. Can they? Absolutely. With McDavid, you can do anything, but it's a tough call. And so far, in terms of scoring, McDavid's got 6 points in 9 games. He's there. He's playing very well. He's very fast. He's got his breakaway speed, but they could probably use a little bit more help on the scoreboard from him in Game 4. And it's a testament to Kessler as well, that he's been out there, he's been dynamic, but Kessler manages to keep things in check as much as possible. The Rangers, the odds of the Rangers coming back from 2-0 down, I would never want to bet against Henrik Lundqvist. Lundqvist is, in clutch games, he's a clutch goaltender. So it's tough to go against him. But it can happen. It's just really tough to call Because, and I think here's the key thing. If the Rangers win Game 4, they're going to Ottawa. Washington wins Game 4, they're going home. Anaheim wins Game 4, they're going home. I think it helps getting that momentum and then heading back home after. And I don't have on the listings here what the seedings of these teams were when these moves took place. The most famous one to me, the one that sticks out most in my mind, is the 1993 Montreal Canadiens coming back from 2-0 down against Quebec. And I mentioned it before, they showed Pierre Pagé, coach of the Nordiques, driving a tank in a cartoon, you know, heading to Montreal, and here come the big bad Nordiques, and Montreal just shut it down and won 4 in a row. And that was en route to the last Stanley Cup that's been in Canada. At least won by a Canadian team. It's been won on Canadian soil, just not won by a Canadian team. And, you know, it's the reason why when a team's up 2-0, I don't necessarily say, okay, this series is over. It was hard not to, though. When Pittsburgh went up 2-1, and it's hard not to still see it as being probably over because it's Washington's history. But let me know. Here's what I want to know from you guys. Which of the series that was a 2-0 lead, I'm talking Ottawa, Pittsburgh, and the Oilers, which one is the most likely of the three to experience that turnaround and the team that was behind 2-0 to win it? And I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying you guys have to say, oh, this will happen. Just let's have a little as friendly debate as we can, and why. Tell me why either Ottawa, Pittsburgh, or Edmonton could lose that 2-0 series lead and the turnaround takes place. Some fun hockey going on tonight. Congratulations to the Rangers on making that series a series. After the Pajot 4-goal game and the way that Ottawa came back, they showed a lot of heart tonight. They drove the game right from the beginning, and it is definitely a series. The Ottawa Senators need to win Game 4 and come home 3-1. They need to come home with the chance to eliminate the Rangers. Don't let them get their heart back into it. Don't let these guys get their wheels under them. Just cut them out and come home with a chance to knock them out. Yeah, so that being said, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. We've picked up, I think, 28 subscribers in the last 24 hours. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to go ahead and comment if you're new. And, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens the rest of the way. And I want to know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.